Get ready for a roller coaster, folks. This video features Ireland, big gaping holes in planes, and the stuff back to school bad dreams are made of. Hollywood should make a movie about this month in my life. Let's go, if you dare. I'm not even going to tell you to go follow my vlog channel because I haven't uploaded it there in so long, but go follow me on Instagram instead. I gave a talk at a YouTuber meeting this month. It went really well. So well, in fact, that I was actually offered a job on foot of it. Pity I don't have my green card yet. Sam and I celebrated our 6th wedding anniversary. He bought me this beautiful infinity symbol with our initials. I bought him nothing yet. I don't know what it is. I'm so organized in other areas of my life, but I am shit at gifts. We took Scout to the cinema to see Christopher Robin, and personally, I thought it was crap. I know I'm in the minority there, but also America is now ruining Sundays for everyone. No, America. No. Our air conditioning broke and my husband almost had a breakdown because of it. He cannot handle heat at all. I was sitting pretty in the sauna. That was our house, but he was just a big grumpy puddle. Also, it happened on the weekend, so of course there was no one around, but I used my Irish charm on the phone first thing Monday morning, and within 24 hours we were back to being cool again, or as I like to call it, freezing. Well, I was a big sweaty mess, but you know, happy as a clam. I did an interview for the Breakthrough to Creativity show, and as of this recording it is still ongoing, so I will pop a link in the description box if you want to check it out. The rest of the week was mostly spent prepping and packing for Ireland, but of course it wasn't a straightforward journey to get there. It never is. People, if you ever have the chance to travel with me, don't. I am a jinx. I had specifically avoided Newark when booking flights because I despise that airport with a fiery passion, and the last time I flew through there I swore never again. So I chose to fly through DC instead. Except the DC flight was delayed by so long that we were going to miss our connecting flight. So they rerouted us through Newark. The flight could best be described as, how long can you hold down your lunch? And then we got to Newark and I had a blazing row with one of the rudest men I have ever met. Our flight in was bumpy. We flew through thunderstorms, so I'm already on edge. But we're flying out of gate 138. I just went to gate 138. There's like security at the front of it, and the guy just looked at my boarding pass and said no. And I was like, no what? He was like, you're in the wrong place. I said 138. And he said no. I said it's 138. It's written here 138, and 138 is right behind you. And he said it's been changed. He said check the board. And I said, I've just checked, the board is right there, I've just checked it, it says 138. I'm standing in front of it right now, it says 138. He said, you go away or sit down. And this is why I hate Newark. And Scout and I weren't even sitting beside each other, so I asked the guy at the gate when I finally got there if he could switch us, which he did, except that nobody told the other lady, who I then had to politely kick out of her seat after she'd already got herself all settled. Now, she was lovely about it, but it was frustrating and not something I wanted to be dealing with at that particular moment in time. Still, we made it to our destination. Just about. The car that I was driving was a manual, which I'm not used to anymore, so there were lots of stops and starts along the way, but we made it. It was so good to be home. Any great intentions I had of getting work done were swiftly abandoned in favour of just soaking up time with my family and friends. Oh, and getting my hair cut. Every August my family goes to Galway on holiday, sort of a family tradition, but I missed out on it last year because we were moving here. But I got to go this year. I was very excited about it. I love Galway is one of my favourite places in the world. If you are planning a trip to Ireland, do yourself a favour and go there. It's magical. Back out, look at this. Stunning. Yeah. Another week at home. That trip was so good for my soul. I mean, I like it here in Cincinnati, but there's no place like home. I spent time with friends. Scout got to spend time with her friends. I did some shopping. I did some reading. But mostly, I just relaxed and enjoyed the company of my family because they are the bee's knees. But then it was time to go back, and you've guessed it, in true me fashion, it was eventful. Scout and I hopped on our first flight only to be greeted by a big gaping hole beside us. Well, of course, it wasn't as bad for us as it was for the lady in front of us who dropped her phone and, as bad luck would have it, it bounced and fell right through. Investigations were done and it was discovered that her phone had fallen all the way down into the cargo hold. So in order for them to retrieve it, they had to take all of the bags off the plane and, of course, fix the hole. I wasn't overly concerned about the delay because we had a long layover in Chicago anyway. My more pressing concern was the fact that pieces of the plane were falling apart. Still, they got her phone back, they reloaded all of the bags, and they fixed the hole with duct tape. I was assured that it wasn't a safety risk, that the panel was purely cosmetic. Except at that stage, it didn't even look cosmetic. It looked like MacGyver had a go at it. Nonetheless, we somehow made it to Chicago in one piece, where, of course, they changed the gate on us. But anyway, we eventually made it back to Cincinnati. There was no time for resting or relaxing after the trip home. My mother-in-law arrived the next day to help out with childcare because for the following 2 days I was in the city for an event. Early starts and late stops at Video Labs Live. It is essentially designed to help you grow your YouTube channel. First day was okay. I was my usual introvert self. The second day was significantly better. I got some great feedback on my channel, so you will be seeing some small tweaks and changes here and there in the coming weeks. And we also rounded out the whole event with a riverboat cruise. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of water, so I stayed away from the edges, but overall it was a lovely evening. The water was calm, the boat moved slowly, there was no fear of me falling overboard. I have good chats with good people. The weekend then was basically a total washout while I recovered from a hardcore introvert hangover. And then I became Tim Schmeier's producer. And I bet you're thinking, well, that's the end of the story. Ha! Then this happened. The back to school bash, which I thought was on tomorrow night, is actually on tonight. Shit. Not only that, but apparently she is supposed to bring all of her school supplies with her tonight. I was going to buy those next week. Okay, between Dollar Tree and Target, I've nearly finished the list, but do you have any idea how difficult it is to find 3 pocket folders with prongs? 3 pockets, not 2, 3. Total false alarm, blonde moment on my part. It wasn't 3 pocket folders, it was 3 of the pocket folders. That wasn't very clear, but I just made a fool of myself in Staples. 2 hours that took me. But I got home and realised I bought the wrong markers. I needed 2 packs of markers, one with a thin nib thing and then the thick ones, but they were both supposed to be classic colours. I bought these in bold. 10 glue sticks I had to buy, 10 glue sticks. They only come in packs of 8. Had to buy 2 packs. I now have 16 glue sticks. Also had to buy 24 pencils. They're supposed to be sharpened. These are not. Now I have to spend the next age sharpening 24 pencils. My life is ridiculous. Doing it old school. All those people who have those electric pencil sharpeners that I always thought were ridiculous, they're having the last laugh now. Damn you. But I now have 24 sharpened pencils. I also have a black finger, I have a blister, and repetitive strain injury. I now have to label everything in the next 5 minutes and then cry for the rest of the evening. I have now labelled everything and my child's name has lost all meaning. Okay, I'm back from her school and we will talk more tomorrow because it is very late, but I'm pretty sure I've just joined a cult. According to my spam folder though, I have won the lotto. And there are lots of people who want to have sex with me. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Last night was horrendous. I dragged my battered and bruised and blistered body to Scout's new school and there was just an ocean of people there, all happy and cheery. So let's just pretend, for the sake of security, that the mascot of the school is a shamrock. The principal gave a speech and he's all like, "Say it with me, everyone. Go Shamrocks!" And I just turned to my husband and I'm like, "Get me out of here." But Scout, she did it. She's drinking the Kool-Aid. I've lost her. I've lost my daughter forever. And then we got to my daughter's classroom and there's a little blurb hanging up outside about her new teacher, and apparently her teacher's favourite thing to do, favourite, is exercise. So straight away I have nothing in common with this woman. She came over to talk to me, and me being a big introvert, she was all like, she was lovely, but I was just sitting there like, until she just left. Exercising is her favourite thing to do. I got there after eating leftover pizza for dinner, washed down with a bag of Skittles. So we finally make it home and I go over to my neighbour and I tell her all about it, and she's like, "Oh, well, I like exercising too, I do it all the time." And I'm standing there like, they're everywhere. So of course I run for my life back to my house, the safety of my house, where I go to reheat even more pizza. Except I forget about it and set fire to it and nearly burned the house down. And that was how my day ended. All in all, I probably experienced more this month than most people do in a year. And you want to know the weirdest thing? Instead of wanting to just crawl into a nice dark hole and never have to do anything or go anywhere ever again, I'm actually ready to take on even more. Years ago, I would have had trouble telling you what stood out for me over an entire year, whereas nowadays, I can pick something memorable from every single month. Get out there and make memories, folks. If you want to see what I bought in Ireland, hop on over to this video. Spoiler alert, green jumpsuit. Until then, Curav Míle Magraibh. Agus feic mé sib si go luath. Slán!